maybe, Sandy, there may be an ovation, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the yay or boo type, guys.
Sandy, well put. But I tell you what, Nick Van Exel has grown up quite a bit over the years, and that was a very good line.
That was a great line. It's just good to see he's having some fun with the game.
You bet. Here's the Gatorade starting five for the Nuggets. Andre Miller, Vashawn Leonard in the backcourt. Good to see Marcus Camby back in the starting lineup. Nene and Carmelo Anthony, the forwards. The Nuggets under Jeff Bzdelik 12-6 on top of the Midwest because the Lakers knocked off the Dallas Mavericks last night. And for the Golden State Warriors, their starting five also brought to you by Gatorade. Van Exel's in the starting lineup tonight. Speedy Claxton will come off the bench. Jason Richardson, a dangerous two-guard. Eric Dampier enjoying his best year of his career. Clifford Robinson and the second-year player from Duke, Mike Dunleavy for Eric Musselman. 38 wins last year for Eric Musselman. A lot of similarities between Musselman and Jeff Bzdelik in that they don't leave a stone uncovered. I mean, they prepared diligently for every game.
Well, I heard a comment the other day from Roy Williams, ex-Kansas head coach, now down at North Carolina, saying it's such a fine line. It's the little things. Both of these guys have done the little things to get their teams into winning situation, and Jeff Bzdelik's been awesome.
Let me ask you something. Did you ever recall in your career playing a team back-to-back, and what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit like a playoff situation. You go through some adjustment things, and it's tough. It's tough to beat a team 2 times in a row back-to-back.
Jess Kersey leads the crew tonight. Mark Davis, Rodney Mott. Jess in his 33rd year of officiating, and the rebound which way? It'll be Denver basketball. I mean, Jeff's been around so long. His first 5 years as a pro official were in the ABA.
Back when I was playing, he had a little more red in that hair. Players used to call him Big Red. What's that call? I think you're going to see a little differences in similarity. The Warriors are going to slow it down even more tonight, and the Nuggets want to continue a tempo game.
And nearly a turnover, but a reach-in foul, and it's going to go on Clifford Robinson as we check our KeyBank keys to the game.
Well, as I mentioned from the get-go, ready for adjustments. You know Golden State's going to make some adjustments. Look for some double teams, protect the paint. Golden State dominated the paint last time out. Nuggets can't afford to have that happen again. Ride the wave. The Nuggets have been so good. Ride it.
Yep, Carmelo Anthony, great cut and good find from Nene. And he'll get a couple of free throws to begin. In 3 of the last 4 ball games, Carmelo Anthony has produced 26 points.
He's been unbelievable. One of the things that happened last game, too, is Carmelo really had his way with Mike Dunleavy. Put him in foul trouble early on, and Dunleavy never was able to handle the mellow one in the post or on the perimeter.
How about that graphic we just showed you? He produced 26 points, taking only 15 shots. Dunleavy was very quiet the other night. That's what he had the other night, 2 points.
Well, that's one of the things that he does well. He can handle the ball. He's good in the open court. The Nuggets have to get back on defense, protect that paint.
Here's Vashawn Leonard, 9 of 11 in that opening quarter in Oakland. Make no mistake, the Golden State Warriors are a very good team. Camby couldn't handle the pass, but it came right back to Andre Miller. It'll work.
That might be a self-assist, or it could be assist from Marcus.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that that's what I was trying to do, but nice penetration by Andre.
And Van Exel hearing it as he comes up the floor. Here's Dampier rolling to the basket, and he blew the left-handed layup. Camby just took it out of the hands of Dunleavy. Now Marcus trying to find a point guard.
Well, you can see Marcus's presence already. Dampier missing that easy layup, but I'm sure Camby had a lot to do with that, knowing he was in the paint area.
Here's Nene. Good-looking shot from 15 feet. Give Leonard the assist.
You know, those similarities between Malone and Nene continue to evolve, and as Nene makes that jump shot, there'll be even more talk about that.
Dunleavy gets a good look, and a good box out by Carmelo Anthony. And he gets ahead of Clifford Robinson.
The Nuggets have probed on that fast break already, and they want to force Golden State back on defense quickly.
Here's Anthony, plenty of room. Elects not to shoot the jumper initially. Tap the basket. Dunleavy tagged him on the elbow. That's his second.
You know, Dunleavy's going to argue on that play, but that's just a poor decision by him. Don't foul a jump shooter. You shouldn't even be close to that shot. Contest the shot, but just way too close, and gets Melo on the arm right there, and Melo still stuck the jump shot.
You know what is so impressive about Carmelo, and we keep coming back to this, you know, his coachability. Bill, he would have hoisted that 22-footer the other night, and honestly, it wouldn't have been a bad shot because he was wide open. Instead, he worked inside, got a 15-footer.
He really did, realizing the shot clock was still in their favor, and why not look for a few different things?
Two strong men, Nene against Dampier, out of bounds. Still Golden State basketball, and Calbert Chaney quickly into the basketball game for Dunleavy. Here's Calbert, spent one season with the Nuggets 2 years ago. He was with the Jazz last year. Consummate professional.
Golden State very happy with him. What a nice veteran pickup, and has really played well in the early season.
Richardson fortunate he got that back. 5 to shoot it. And that's a travel or an offensive foul. Mark Davis says offensive foul on Richardson.
And Drew, those are the little things. That's the thing Jeff Bzdelik said. Get your body in front of those drivers. Andre Miller, great job on Richardson.
And one of the big keys Jeff was telling us before the ball game, he didn't like how many times Golden State was able to get the ball into the middle of the lane in Oakland the other night.
Well, give Andre credit. He's really focused on that tonight, and moving that body, move those feet, clog up the middle.
Camby, and Marcus Camby putting it on the floor and pulling up.
Well, maybe he got a little dose touching Bashawn Leonard there. Maybe that rubbed off on him a little bit, sticking that jump shot.
Nuggets off early, 4 of 4. They lead 10-2. Here's Quick splitting a double team, and there's his patented little runner. He's deadly with that. To the basket. There's Camby to follow things up.
Again, that's what the Nuggets have done so well. Melo driving hard to the hoop. Dampier having to help out. Leaves an offensive rebound lane, and can be able to stick that one back.
Van Exel, good defense. Great shot by Van Exel, but Miller got a hand in his face.
Well, Nick, I think, prefers to go right and then pull up on that jump shot, so he was right in rhythm there.
Bo has not taken a shot yet here in the first quarter. Nene, a lot of body contact. He gets it back, puts it on the floor in traffic, and on the floor, Camby dives. Great hustle. 3-ball Anthony.
Give Nene Alario big credit keeping that ball alive, and then Camby dives on it. Melo sticks a 3. Great hustle by the Nuggets.
Van Exel, another runner, and he drops it through. So it is right now 15-8. Van Exel has 6 of the 8.
Van Exel,
Anthony's got 7.
Van Exel, one of the better players coming off pick and roll screens. The Nuggets need to double team him in those situations. Get that ball out of his hands.
Nene goes face up, fires another jumper. He starts doing that. He might start writing up the invitation to future All-Star games.
You know, the Nuggets just have so much confidence shooting the ball right now, and it really began with Bo Leonard, but he's rubbed off on everybody.
There's 7 of 10 to begin things. Here's Richardson for 3, and he knocks that down. Jason Richardson, a streaky three-point shooter. Last year, he had 123 of them. This year, he's just at 27% in the early going from three-point range. Nene backing his way in, goes to the hook shot. It's a good-looking move. Dampier cleans the glass. 17-11 Denver. Nuggets want to double Van Exel quite a bit, and Robinson fumbled it out of bounds.
Jeff Bzdelik hollering hard. Get out on double team off that pick and roll. Force that turnover.
One of the strategies of Denver tonight is get it out of his hands, even if he's 25 feet from the bucket.
Force Golden State to use passes to find people.
10 on the shot clock. Anthony against Chaney. Nuggets not moving the basketball right now. And that 3 was a little bit contested by Chaney.
Nuggets lacking a little ball movement the last couple of times. Got to get the tempo going. Got to get that ball, even on Maids, run that ball down the court. force Golden State into a high-tempo game.
You knew Van Exel would bring his A game. He always does in this gymnasium. He's 4 of 4, 17-13. Back cut, bucket won't count. Foul before that on Richardson. And you know what? That's 2 on Richardson. And we arrive at timeout number 1. 5:52 to go in the first quarter. Nuggets shooting it, and they're scrambling. Marcus Camby keeping one alive for Anthony. Van Exel with 8, Anthony 7, Denver +4 on the scoreboard. Drew Goodman, Bill Hanslick, Sandy Williams from Pepsi Center. Denver trying to make it 6 straight wins overall. Fantasy football players, listen up. Now is the show just for you with 30 minutes of who to start, who to sit, and who's the player you need to pick up. Our experts do the work to help you look like a genius. Doug Moe has to be watching the show. The Ultimate Fantasy Football Show tonight at 10:30 only on Fox Sports Net. Sure, I guarantee you Doug tapes it. There's Van Exel, 4 of 4 from the floor. And Carmelo Anthony has hit a 3-pointer in the game. He's also gotten the line 3 times. Leading the Denver Nuggets in free throw attempts. Here's Vo's first look of the night. And the rebound to Clifford Robinson.
Kind of interesting on that matchup. They've got Lampley on him. Trying to provide a little more strength.
Camby so long, goes up and gets a piece of that rebound. Here's Miller in deep, and the reverse layup is there for Anthony.
What a play by Andre Miller, taking that ball deep into the paint before dishing it off to Melo, and Melo doing a nice job running the court.
Andre the other night, 14 points, 8 assists, 4-7 from the floor. He's just so steady. Sean Lampley out there now. He had a good game the other night against Denver. And here's Lampley inside, and he misses the layup.
Again, you can attribute that to Marcus Camby, just in the neighborhood.
Bo gets a good look for 3. He knocks it down.
Eric Musselman really upset at the Warriors not picking up Bo Leonard, but Bo knows he's got the hot hand. He's going to find open areas to shoot.
Robinson can shoot the 3. A line drive triple for Clifford. He is 24th on the all-time 3-pointer list. Just moved ahead of Danny Ainge. In fact, he's the tallest player in NBA history with 1,000 threes. Andre all alone. Marcus Camby, good find.
Great execution by the Nuggets. Golden State undecided whether to switch or not. Nene just turns around and finds Miller underneath the hoop for a chippy.
Denver by 8. They'll lay off Lampley. He's not a good perimeter shooter. One of the reasons he was released by Miami. Robinson drives hard, and he's fouled on the floor.
You know, good time to get Marcus Camby out. Hadn't played in a week, and he's puffing pretty hard in there.
But you know what? Marcus done a nice job, Bill. 2 of 2. That dive on the floor to keep the possession alive. 4 points, 4 rebounds.
And made some intimidations inside to cause Golden State to miss some shots.
And in the early going, the Nuggets lead on the glass 7 of 4. And they were out-rebounded by 9 the other night.
That's a big difference. Golden State's got a power team. They want to be physical. They want to dominate the paint. And if the Nuggets can hold even there, their fast break game will take over.
Clifford Robinson, he's always busy in late April into May. In fact, he's played in a couple of NBA finals.
You know, interesting comment on that, Drew, that Clifford's has a streak going. Every year he's been in the league, he's been in the playoffs, and he told Golden State Warrior staff he expects it to continue this year.
Go 15 of 15. Miller. Here's Bo, another look at a 3. Michael Petras is in the game. There's the double team on Van Exel. He sneaks free. And then the rebound to Elson, ripped away by the rookie from France, Petras. Here's another 3 ball from Robinson. Boy, it's physical inside. I mean, Nene and Dampier.
Nene, awesome
in a
job
brawl in the
blocking out.
paint.
Yeah, Nene got down low and backed Dampier out of there. Should have maybe been a foul call over the back, but nice job, Nene.
Good cut. Bo Leonard and swatted by Robinson, trailing.
He swatted Ball and Bo Leonard on that play.
Van Exel, that's way off. And it went over the top. Denver will get the basketball. 24-16, the Nuggets by 8, 3:12 to go in the first quarter.
This is an important part. The Nuggets want to continue tempo on this. Push the ball down the court. Get some of those veteran players' legs a little weary. Golden State.
Leonard wanted a foul there. 5 to shoot it. Rashawn. And in the middle of the paint, Calvert Cheney scoops it up like a shortstop.
Go force that one a little bit. Probably should have gave that ball up and cut it, even though he had a mismatch. Give it up, get it back with a live dribble.
Cheney, oh, what a rejection by Carmelo Anthony. Miller with some room, comes up, draws contact from Robinson. They're going to call a charge. It looked like he was inside the semicircle. We'll have to check it on a replay. They're going to call the offensive foul on Miller.
He was definitely moving. Melo with a great defensive block on Cheney. Getting up. Nuggets with a 24-16 lead have really done it well on the offensive end. This time off a block shot. Come down to the fast break. You'll see right here, his foot is inside. It touches the circle. That should be a blocking call. Not only that, he's moving. He's moving on the play, and unfortunately for Andre, he did not get the call. The Nuggets have really pushed that tempo well.
Kiki Vandeweghe, and to his left, the owner of the Nuggets, and Avalanche, and Crush, and a number of other teams in town. Stan Kroenke. Rapids now as well. The Mammoth. Carmelo Anthony, 3 of 5 from the floor. He's got 9 points in the early going. John Barry's out on the floor. And Nicholas Skeetishvili, who has not played the last 4 games, getting some run here late in the first quarter. Elson remains on the floor.
Jeff Bzdelik has done this periodically through the season. Gotten somebody some time at an unexpected moment, and it keeps those guys ready and ready to go.
And Robinson looking to go around Skeetishvili, and it's a hold immediately on Skeeta. One thing that other coaches will do and veteran players will do is they will find the young player on the floor and the guy perhaps that hasn't played in a while, and that's the situation for Skeetishvili.
Well, Skeeta knows to earn minutes, he's got to play defense. Right there, good situation. Skeeta getting up, forcing that turnover. You've got to play defense and rebound in Jeff Bzdelik's system before you do anything else.
Cheney, he's always been a good defender.
2 minutes.
Here's Miller posting up on Van Exel. Tough shot for Andre. Drops it through over Van Exel, and the Nuggets lead by 10. A half dozen for Andre.
Nice post up by Andre, a little stronger than Nick. Seems like when Andre gets that shot up high enough, he can nail home those jump shots.
Good defense by Denver. Petrus misses, and the rebound comes off to Miller. See if Denver can get running. John Barry elects to let it go out of bounds. Look at that post up again, Bill.
Well, Miller got Nick down deep and backed him down even deeper. No double team coming, so Andre in rhythm. Likes that spin jump shot either side.
Carmelo didn't have it. He's going to back it out. Skeeta, long jumper. He spins it through. It's another way to earn playing time. Knock down your open shots.
Well, again, you know, Miller shows why he's such a valuable person. He'll drive it hard to the hoop, and that defense sucked back in on him. Left a wide open shot for Skeetishvili.
It's up by 12, their largest lead of the ball game. That could be a turnover. Robinson grabbed it. 5 to shoot it. Van Exel one-on-one with Miller. Good D. Doesn't matter. Well, he makes more,
you know, Nick,
high degree of difficulty shots than anybody in the league.
It's almost like he doesn't shoot as well when you leave him wide open versus when you're all over him. But
we used to say that when he played for the Nuggets. You're right. He prefers a hand in his face. Elson, his shot's off. 4 on 3. And Van Exel finds Dampier. And there's Elson with the block. Skeeta with the rebound. 30 seconds to go in the first. John Barry, pull up 3. And Elson at the other end gets the rebound. Talk about running the floor and working hard. 7-footer. First down on either end.
Good presence both ways. John Barry looking for that 2-for-1 situation. Shot the ball with about 7 difference on the clock, but Francisco, great hustle on the boards, earns the Nuggets the last shot of the quarter.
Here's Miller against Petrus. Andre drives outside, and Skeeta goes up. Non-contact, no whistle, and that's the end of the quarter. Nuggets 28, the Golden State Warriors 18 through 12 minutes. Carmelo Anthony and Nick Van Exel leading their respective teams. But again, the Nuggets lead by 10. You're watching Fox Sports Net. You're home to Nuggets all year. Back in Denver for the weekend, the Nuggets will play the Boston Celtics on Sunday. First chapter closed here at Pepsi Center. The Nuggets leading Golden State 28-18 with Bill Hanslick and Sandy Williams. I'm Drew Goodman. Under that towel, Nick Van Exel. He was very good in the first quarter. The story of Van Exel in Denver culminated in February a couple of years ago, and he was asked to be traded. And he was hearing it from the crowd that night. He came back after he was traded in a Mavs uniform. And even his old friend Antonio McDyess was booing him. But as Nick did so many times in a Nugget uniform, he would quiet the road crowd. And against the Nuggets in his career, he's averaged 18 a game. And he's shot, Bill, almost 44% from three-point range. That's a great number.
That really is. And Nick's an all-star. And like you said, he has matured over the last couple of years. I don't know if he necessarily made the most maturest moves while he was here in Denver, but he's a quality NBA player.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Boykins out on the floor, harassed by Speedy Claxton. Ryan Bowen out there also. Skeetishvili, Barry, Elson. And here's Elson going up, and that is a block. Jess Kersey, Rodney Mott, Mark Davis all blew their whistles. Now they're making sure that they were in agreement.
Jess Kerrs had that call all the way. Cardinal was not outside that semicircle. He was inside it. Good call. Francisco took it right at him. Feet set on the inside. That's an automatic call.
Nuggets in that first quarter, Bill, shot 50%, and the Warriors shot 40%. You know, the last 5 games, the Nuggets have shot better than 50% as a team. You think back, prior to that, they had shot over 40% only 3 times. Well, remember, I mean, we talked so much about how the Nuggets were winning despite shooting really poor numbers. Now they're shooting great numbers.
They really are, but you know, a lot of that's just the maturity of the team. It's evolved. Players are feeling more comfortable in the system and what their responsibilities are. And hey, when you're going good, you feel good, and good things happen.
Nelson has been good from the line, around 80%, misses both. Got to step out on Cardinal. He can shoot the 3 a little bit. Claxton, Van Exel, Cardinal, Chaney, and Dampier. And the layup is made by Calvert Chaney, his first bucket of the night.
The Nuggets are going to try to get tempo with this lineup, but you can't get tempo if you're giving up layups. Nuggets again have to focus on no penetration down the middle.
Barry eyes the shot clock. Skeeta from 17. That shot goes 18. And the weak side board to Dampier.
Good execution by the Nuggets, but you got to make that shot. Skeeta with a shot he can make.
You know, this is a defensive lineman out there right now. Lineup, I should say, for Denver with Bowen and Elson. Chaney from the perimeter, way off. Here's Boykins.
Ryan Bowen does a much better job forcing Chaney out deep into that jump shot situation.
Here's John setting his feet, and Mitchell clean it up.
Well, Francisco has been unbelievable, and again, we talked about this being his true rookie season. Even though he's a little older, he should be playing in that rookie game this year against the sophomore NBA class, and what a year Francisco's had.
You know what, he really came to basketball late in his native Holland. That shot way short. Dampier had it, and then it's stabbed by Bowen off to Barry. Denver trying to push the tempo. Ball screen for Earl. Skeetishvili swings it weak side. Earl's going to have to create himself, 6'7" Chaney on him, and Chaney rejects it.
Now the Nuggets a little too unselfish on that situation. Passed up some better shots earlier on and forced Earl into a tough shot clock situation.
Boy, Claxton, I thought, made a poor decision. He had Dampier. There's a cut and a hoop for Chaney. He had Dampier with Skeetershvili on him, didn't give it to him in the post.
Drew the ire of Eric Musselman. Get that ball inside in those mismatched situations.
30-22. Here's Barry off a down screen. And knocked out of bounds off of Ryan Bowen.
Ball movement by the Nuggets, but not really a John Barry shot. John's better when he's just got the feet set, facing the hoop. Nuggets need an inside post-up type player, and that's why Nene's back in the game.
Or
will be soon. You see the little chess match continuing here. Cliff Robinson back in probably for Dampier, but will match up against Nene.
Cardinal on a drive. And a good-looking move by the vastly improved Brian Cardinal. 4 years out of Purdue. Mentioned it last ball game. He made 17 field goals total in his first 3 years in the league. But this year he's averaging better than 10 points a game.
And that's a situation where if Skeeta wants to earn playing time, he cannot let that happen too easy.
Shot clock winding down again. Skeeta, 3 ball. That's way short. And Bowen trying to pick it up, but the ball's out of bounds. Timeout on the floor, 8:28 to go in the second quarter. Golden State has effectively slowed this ball game down, much more to their liking.
Back to Pepsi Center, the Nuggets have a 6-point lead over the Golden State Warriors, trying to extend that home win streak to 7 games. Tonight on the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, we have a lot in store for you. Of course, we will start with Mr. Dante Hall. His drought, you know, he did it to the Broncos the last time the two teams met. Hopefully they could keep him on ice. And also, I go one-on-one with Nick Van Exel, of course, not on the court. We're just sitting down doing an interview, and we just call that a one-on-one. And tonight, Chevy Fox Focus is Chris Anderson, the Birdman. Will fly with the Birdman, the very eccentric Chris Anderson. So Keith Flyer and Chuck Garfine are standing by in our Rocky Mountain studio, and we will hit them right after the game, guys.
Sandy, I wanted to see you go one-on-one with Van Exel. I wanted to see how that former Missouri Tiger would hold up against the Cincinnati Bearcat. Here's John Barry with the basketball off the Claxton miss. Nene on the floor, Camby back on the floor, Carmelo Anthony also back on the floor. Boykins and Barry remain in the backcourt. And a charge called on Anthony.
Well, Golden State is a good defensive team, and their position was great that last time down the court. Melo tried to take it to the hoop. Cardinal sets up on the charge. Nuggets going to have to look for some post-up situations, get some guys down on the block. Nene and Melo can do that.
Just the second Nugget turnover of the game. 5 to shoot it. Good defense by Nene. And throws it up, and he got Barry in the air. John's really upset with himself.
Well, veteran players hate when they make that kind of move. John trying to pressure him on that shot, but if you get vertical, you don't run into a problem when you jump. But if you jump a little horizontal, Richardson recognized that, just jumps right into him, earns, I don't know if that was a 2 or 3 point free throw attempt there.
Jason knocks down the first. That's his 4th point of the game. It's already time for holiday shopping. We have the gift to get you out of your seat. Nuggets holiday package features 10 great games against the Lakers, Raptors, 76ers, and of course others. And the deal doesn't stop there. You'll get free Crested Butte lift tickets with your 2-seat purchase. Call 303-405-1212. Well, that was an interesting call because his foot was there for a while, and it didn't look like he moved it, and then Mark Davis blew the whistle and said he's standing out of bounds.
Yeah, Mark Davis called him on stepping out of bounds, but like maybe a little shove there from Cliff Robinson.
Well, right now, Golden State has the tempo again to their liking. See if the Nuggets can change that. Tough shot. 7-0 run right now as Clifford Robinson knocks it down. And it's a 3-point basketball game.
Nuggets just going to have to suck it up on the defensive end.
This is a good preview, though, Bill, of what they're going to get in the Eastern Conference. They're going east next week to play Atlanta, Philadelphia, and New York. And Carmelo fouled out on the floor. You know what? I really like that play. I always like a good driver driving, but things bogging down offensively. You've had some empty possessions. Take it to the rack.
Really get it down there tight. Melo in a situation where he felt like he could dish that or go to the hoop. Golden State didn't close off that lane, so he kept going and earned the foul.
Miller wants it on a post-up. He's got Speedy Claxton on him. Now they'll double him. Andre. They go to Nene. Shoot, it's got to go up. Nene! That may be the longest jumper he's hit in his young career.
I think that shocked everybody in the arena, but nice shot, Nene. Good recognition that the shot clock was down, getting it up there.
He's got 3 buckets tonight for 6, all on jump shots. There's some games he doesn't take 3 jumpers all night. Chaney couldn't make that one. Here's Miller.
Jeff Bzdelik exhorting his team to run, push the tempo. Missed shots, the Nuggets have to run.
Double Carmelo. Claxton reaches in. And then Speedy Claxton's first. Foul counts, 3 on Golden State, 1 on Denver with 6:15 to go in the second. And Vashawn Leonard will come back for John Barry.
The Nuggets have their starting lineup back in and did a great job in the early going, and they can continue that with this second round of playing time.
That's a foul also.
Not a smart play by Speedy Claxton. He's got to just play Andre straight up until they can get a double team, and reaches in and fouls.
Now Van Exel's going to come back. As Eric Musselman will take out Claxton. Claxton had a career-high 21 2 nights ago against the Nuggets. But he'll make the long walk to the bench. And Andre steps outside. He's yet to miss a shot. 4-4 from the floor.
Good recognition by the Nuggets. Turnover, that's your best chance to run.
Miller finds Anthony for 3.
That earned a quick timeout from Golden State, but good recognition by Andre Miller. Nuggets had 3 on the glass with a 3-point shot. That's what coaches love to see.
37-27. Carmelo Anthony with a dozen here in the first. Carmelo Anthony with a dozen, and the Nuggets lead by 10. Boy, that 3-pointer was huge by Carmelo a moment ago. I asked Jeff Bzdelik earlier tonight, I said, do you like playing a team back-to-back?
I think it's tough to get 2 wins in a row. It really is. Their focus is totally on us. We got them at their place, and they are, I think, very highly motivated and driven to get us at our place. I know they went through a long film session yesterday, and they're going to make corrections, and we have to approach it that way too. We need to make corrections.
Great rebound by Camby off to Leonard.
Well, what a defensive possession there. Golden State having to force a shot up, and Camby with a big rebound.
Open man Anthony. He drives and he finds Miller. 5 to shoot it. Oh, feed! Take that! What a gorgeous feed by Andre Miller. And how about the hands on Nene?
That will be on a lot of highlight shows tonight. What a dunk, what a pass.
Richardson no go. Miller upstairs for the rebound. Camby finally stabs it. Denver by a dozen. They've matched their biggest lead. Man, that was a dunk. I mean, they're dunks and then they're dunks. Oh, Camby, what a feed from the rookie.
Well, the Golden State Warriors cannot find a defense to solve this Nugget offense. Nugget doing it from a variety of ways, inside, outside, dunks, the full package.
41-27. Here's Robinson elevating. He knocked it down, but if you're sitting at home watching, look how frequently, even on jump shots, the Nuggets have a hand in the face of the Golden State Warriors. They can defend. Nene, drop step, kicks it outside. Marcus to shoot it. Tough shot for Andre. There's Camby. Oh, man, he looks like the Birdman there.
He was up high, and even he had to scowl on that play. And I was just about to say right before that, Marcus needs to cut to the hoop. He's got some free run down the middle and converted that putback.
Robinson, no go. Nuggets in the midst of a 13-2 run. Carmelo comes away with the rebound. He's off to Nene. Good body control. Open look, Bo for three. They'll go nuts if that one drops. Well, half the crowd was already out of their seat.
Good recognition, though, by Melo.
Camby, two-handed block.
Seems like the Nuggets have come up with every single loose ball. Great hustle as a team.
Here's Andre, jump stop in the lane, pretty move. Just didn't get it to fall, off to Van Exel. You know what, Kuzdelek won't like that. One of the few times one of his players is beaten down the floor. It's Clifford Robinson. 9 points for Robinson. He had just 4 2 nights ago, played only 16 minutes. 43-31, Jeff Kuzdelek calls a full timeout. 2:36 left before halftime. Look at this follow by Marcus Camby. But the play of the night, that feed and that dunk from Nene. Well, Nuggets shooting just under 50% from the floor. Rocky shooting about 50% from the floor. 43-31 Denver, Coors Light League leaders. Nuggets fourth in the NBA in scoring behind Sacramento, the Lakers, the Mavericks, and then there's Denver. And they got off to a slow start this year. They didn't shoot the basketball well. Now they're averaging, at least during the win streak, almost 111 a night.
Well, tonight it's been a little different package. Good offense, but even better defense. Golden State's really struggled to score.
Bo with 5 to shoot it, step away jumper, pretty shot.
Jason Richardson looking at Bo like, what's up with that shot? Bo's showing why he's one of the strongest two guards in the league. Just really getting physical with Richardson on that play.
Cardinal. Chris Anderson's on the floor for the first time tonight. 5 to shoot it. Van Exel has to give it up. Cardinal hesitates, fires the three. Carmelo another rebound. Long bounce pass, and it's a little too high for Vashawn Leonard. Last year, it's not fair to compare anything to last year. It's a completely different cast. But just to give you an idea, look at this. The Nuggets 13 points better a ball game than last year. And the free throw percentage, not only better, but they're getting to the line far more than they got last year. Well, the three-point percentage, not even close.
Biggest thing that the Nuggets are closing in on.
You know what? Mark Davis is going to call a foul on Ryan Cardinal. You know what? I have to be honest with you. I don't think that's a foul either way. Two guys dive on the floor for the basketball, and whoever went out of, the other team should get the ball.
I think that was a good call for the Nuggets. Let's just put it that way. But Nuggets again hustling hard, and Andre Miller earns 2 from the foul line.
Jess Kersey bringing the basketball down, and Miller will get free throws.
You know, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Jeff Kuzdelek put Skeetishvili in the game early on, and kind of 2 parts of that. One, to give a guy a little bit of time, give him a little nudge that, hey, if you do some things well, you can play, but also to send a message. You want to keep Chris Anderson on his toes. Chris didn't have one of his better games in Golden State, and Jeff kind of let him know that after the game. And it just, not that he's out of the rotation, but hey, you got to focus in and know what you have to do out there. And I think Chris will take that to heart and really come out with a good effort here.
Nuggets by 15, despite being just 3 of 7 from the free throw line. It's been helped because Golden State's 1 of 4. Dunleavy, these 2 ball games so far against the Nuggets has been a non-factor. Dan Pierre, oh man, Anderson with a huge block, and boy did he go down hard.
Dunleavy and Anderson going down. Chris looked like he maybe could have hurt his back on that play.
Man, that was scary, and you're right, Dunleavy was caught underneath that also.
Well, the Birdman got upstairs to block that shot from Dampier. Nice job by Chris getting way up there. That should be a foul on Cardinal. Cardinal came right underneath Chris Anderson. When Chris elevated, you could see him move back underneath him. That should be an easy call. That had a couple. You got Jess Kersey, the veteran ref out here, but Mark Davis.
What was the call? What? A flagrant foul on Dene, we've been told, and Dunleavy shooting the free throws. Anderson still grimacing. 46-33.
Well, you still got to love the Nuggets' hustle and effort on that play, and calls tend to even out there. The Nuggets got the short end of that call.
Another rebound for Carmelo. Miller's open on a wing. Instead, they lob Vashawn Leonard. Reverse layup not there, and Cardinal boxes out Anderson. Here's Richardson driving. That's rejected. Oh, he goes down hard again. Dunleavy is going to be called for undercutting Chris Anderson. Have you ever seen a player land on his head twice within about 30 seconds? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Ow. You know, as calls even out, Dunleavy didn't deserve that call, but last time Cardinal definitely came underneath it. I think Jess Kersey is trying to get some of the players under control here. And boy, you gotta love Chris Anderson's effort so far tonight.
You know what? He may come out with a helmet and shoulder pads next ball game.
I think that hairdo might have, Drew, that hairdo might have saved him on that last play.
Gave him a little cushion?
Yeah, gave him a little cushion. That's what you want to do. You need to make teams pay when you make a big play and you get fouled, step to the line, make those shots. Nice job by Chris Anderson.
Chris always plays with a smile on his face. He has a couple of blocks, and he's paid the price on both of them. He may be a wee bit sore tomorrow morning. Dunleavy can't shake Anthony. Instead, he kicks it out of bounds. Technical foul, Eric Musselman applauding Mark Davis for giving him the tee.
Well, this is another reason why you gotta love the Nuggets' effort. You'll see that more and more. Teams that are going well, the teams that are on the losing end tend to give referees more lip service, and Eric Musselman trying to maybe ignite his team draws a technical foul.
And Bo with his 6th point. Nuggets up by 15. Tell you what, this is a critical little stretch also. 45 seconds left. If you can keep it here or expand, that's a big hill to overcome on the road.
It really is, especially with the Nuggets' defensive effort. Again, Warriors only 33 points in this first half.
Now watching Anderson now, he's running, and he looks stiff. Carmelo wants to take Dunleavy. Dampier, boy, if that thing went. Dunleavy stopped and pop way off, and Anderson gets involved. The head of the field's Anthony. He's got weak man exit. Take that.
Oh, the crowd loved that play. Give Chris Anderson a big hand. Another defensive rebound. Melo kind of hanging in the backcourt, but tomahawked that down.
5 to shoot it. Dunleavy drives. Anderson nearly affected that shot. 1.8 to get one up. And got it on the glass. Great second quarter, particularly late for Denver, led by Chris Anderson. 50-35. Carmelo Anthony with 14. You're watching Fox Sports Net, your home of the Nuggets all year long. Let's get it to the studio. The Chevy Halftime Report. Here's Keith Blyer. Keith?
All right, Mr. Goodman, thank you very much. Is it time to believe? Can we actually believe in the 2003-2004 Denver Nuggets? You bet we can. Up 15 at the break against the Golden State Warriors. And Carmelo getting the job done on both ends for Denver. The first place Denver Nuggets at home tonight, leading Golden State 50-35 at the break. Carmelo Anthony with 14 points, 5 of 9 from the floor. This is the Chevy Halftime Report. I'm Keith Blyer. Should Denver win tonight, they're off to their best start in 14 years. We're off to our start after the game, the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, and our Fox focus on the Birdman, Chris Anderson. Last night, Broncos running back Clinton Portis said, Anderson's my favorite. We're going to show you why Clinton Portis has made the right decision. Back to Pepsi Center next, Drew Goodman and Bill Hansley. Let's see, what went wrong for the Nuggets in the first half? Nothing at all. They lead by 15. Back to Drew Goodman and Bill Hansley at Pepsi Center. Gentlemen.
All right, Keith, thanks very much. Nuggets did play very well in that first half. Chris Anderson came off the bench, a couple of blocks late. Andre Miller was quietly terrific again.
He was great. One of the reasons why the Nuggets have had success, great passing. And you'll see a great play here. Andre Miller finding Nene Hilario underneath. What a dunk right there on that flash. I'd like to be that cameraman because you're going to make some big money printing some posters on that shot.
And then Chris Anderson comes in. He plays just 3 minutes late. He lands on his head twice, but he produced a couple of blocks, made a free throw. He got the crowd going.
He got it going, and on this last play, gets a rebound and an assist on the same possession. The crowd went ballistic on that Melo breakaway dunk.
And despite the fact that Golden State really tried to slow it down, the Nuggets produced 50 points in that first half, and most importantly, they're up by 15. Third quarter next. Back inside Pepsi Center in front of a great crowd. The Nuggets leading 15-35. Sandy Williams has caught up with one of the Nuggets assistant coaches, Scotty Brooks.
Thanks a lot, guys. Scotty, when you're looking at the numbers, you wanted to improve on rebounding from last game, but you wanted to share the ball. It looks like Andre Miller has answered that challenge.
Well, Andre's done a good job. We want to run the ball up and down the court, and when Andre's finding our shooters, you know, we're tough to stop. We've got a lot of guys that can put the ball in the hole. And another point, we wanted to go into the game, keep them off the offensive boards, and I think they only have 4 first half.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Guys, you know they've scored more than 100 points 10 times this season. They're 8-2 with that record. They're halfway there. Back to the sideline.
Yeah, they're in good shape right now, but you know Golden State's going to try to make a run back. Deshaun Leonard, great start, nothing but the boards. That points something out, Bill. 8 points for Leonard. Last week, Bo was the player of the week in the Western Conference in the NBA. He averaged 20 points, shot 50%, 53% from deep. This week, he's averaging almost 26, shooting 63% and 70% from downtown. They've had to give him the award back-to-back.
And more importantly, every game's been a win.
That's right. 2 to get one off. Out of bounds. It won't matter. Denver basketball.
Well, the Nuggets defense has been so good tonight. And again, Marcus Camby knocking that ball off of Cliff Robinson's leg.
And Eric Musselman teed up and thrown out by Mark Davis. That's his second tee, and Musselman's gone.
Well, Eric Musselman has been in Mark Davis's ear all night, but I honestly can't believe that any of the officials have had a difference in this game. The Nuggets' play has been the difference, and Golden State hasn't been able to match it.
Bo knocks down the technical. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. The Nuggets, who've been shooting it at 50% during this 5-game winning streak, very close to that. You know what else they've been doing of late? Knocking down their three-pointers. And 3 of 9 is just okay in the first half. But over the last 2 ball games, as Leonard connects again, they were 13 of 20 from downtown.
They're getting it going, and Bo saying, well, I did it in the first quarter down at Golden State. Maybe the third quarter is my quarter here. And
there's a steal by Nene. He's going to lead the break. Here's Marcus Camby, and that is an offensive foul. Cliff Robinson drawing the foul.
Now that's why you want to get the ball to a point guard in the middle, but then they loving to handle that ball. Just gave it to Marcus a little too early. Got to hold on to it a little longer. Make that defender get underneath the hoop before you give it to him.
Nuggets by 20, their largest advantage this evening. Van Exel quiet in the second quarter after a very nice start to the game. Richardson trying to D up Leonard.
Almost didn't get that over under the 8-second requirement.
Bosa might well shoot it then. Van Exel has the basketball. Dunleavy can shoot the three. He knocks it down.
Now that play was created by Marcus Camby not getting back on defense, and then they had to pick up Dampier. That left a 2-on-1 on the weak side with Robinson and Dunleavy. Melo had to choose the first pass, and left Dunleavy open for that three.
Carmelo on the post up on Dunleavy. He's in deep, outside Leonard. Miller with three, he's got to get one up.
Nuggets a little bogged down right now on the offensive end, but want to continue their good defensive effort.
Richardson trying to go quick, and he was fouled evidently. Marcus Camby can't believe it. He thought he had all ball. 3 fouls on Camby.
Those nights where I think officials have off nights too, but Mark Davis again on a questionable call.
Richardson with just 5 points tonight. Came in averaging almost 20 a game, leading Golden State. You know, they're the only team in the league that has 6 players averaging in double figures. Golden State's going to win some basketball games this year, but they have not been on the road much. This is just their 6th road contest, 1-4 on the road. They've done a good job at home. Miller.
Andre able to get deep there again on that spin post-up move, but not able to put it down.
Tell you what, the Nuggets are bad possession away from another timeout. Here's a 3 ball, and here comes a timeout, I guarantee it. Jeff Bzdelik does not like how his team has played energy-wise after a good start to the 3rd quarter in the 1st minute. He hasn't liked much the last 2. Dunleavy a couple of threes, and all of a sudden it's a 12-point game. 8-0 run for Golden State. Mike Dunleavy's buried a couple of threes. It's now a 12-point affair. We asked Earl Boykins the other day about his former teammate, and he gives us our Lexus scouting report.
Mike's going to be a good basketball player because he understands the game. He has excellent skill-wise, and he's very tall. So, you know, when you have a basketball mind along with the height, you're going to be very good.
In his 2nd year, he's averaging 13 a game after averaging under 6 last year. 5 to shoot it. Nuggets are bogged down again offensively. They're going to have to force one up. Another rebound at Dampier. So here comes Golden State, a chance to get it to 10, maybe 9. Van Exel is going to try to take things over if he can. Robinson. You know what? He gave up a 3 because Dampier had a seal, but Eric Dampier turned to rebound. Tom Sterner now running things for the Golden State Warriors with the ejection of Eric Musselman. Sterner's been around this league quite a while. Known as a great defensive coach, and the Nuggets turn it over. Check in with Sandy Williams. Sandy?
Well, Drew, the possession that we just saw is exactly what Jeff wanted the team to guard against. He told them they were standing around on offense, not coming to the ball, not closing out, and not hustling on defense. So hopefully here on this next offensive possession, they can rectify the situation. Guys?
Well, they caught a break that time. That thing was halfway down by Cliff Robinson.
Nuggets just not getting tempo. Bo Leonard's got to take off of that ball, get it up court, force some tempo. Again, the shot clock winding down to single digits.
away, and a foul on Richardson. Jess Kersey making the call. 3 on Richardson.
This is a situation where the Nuggets need to get the ball down low, either to Nene or Carmelo. They had some success in the first half, trying to get some movement, but get the ball down low in that paint area. The Nuggets outscored the Warriors in the first half, 22-18 down the paint. We'll look for some opportunities there.
One shot, gentlemen, one shot. One shot.
4 rebounds to go with the 15 points for Anthony. You know who may be working on a potential triple-double tonight? Andre Miller, 9 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. Miller staying in front of Van Exel. Makes him take a real difficult shot. Dunleavy cleans it up.
Melo tapping his chest saying, my bad.
Here's Nene running. Throw it down. First time the Nuggets have been able to run in a while.
Well, Nene does that 2 or 3 times a game, just outrunning Eric Dampier down the court, saying, I've got too much speed for you.
10 points, 4 rebounds for Nene. Richardson in and out. And the loose basketball comes to Robinson. Nuggets don't have the life they did for most of that first half as Dunleavy connects again from 3-point range. He's got 17. Carmelo trying to answer. That's his 3rd triple of the night. What can't he do?
Oh, Camby Portnett-Melo, stop him. Get on that Dunleavy. He's hot. Melo going to go to town on the defensive end.
Richardson will dunk it.
Just slow to react, let them get a head of steam into the lane, working on that defensive end.
And a defensive 3-second call against Golden State.
Bo Leonard gets another freebie tonight. I think that's his 3rd or 4th one, Drew, and it's the Nuggets will take every one they can get. Dampier in an illegal defensive situation.
Hey, if you're looking for a new way to entertain your crew, a Nuggets game is the perfect way to party with a group of 20 or more. Call 405-1212 for more information. 303-405-1212. Camby, rare shot from the perimeter and rolls out. Just does have 8 tonight. There's a steal by Leonard. Oh, Leonard can get an easy 2. They have numbers. Carmelo on a drive. Oh, they get an easy 2. How about that find?
Melo with a look away. Left-hander to Camby for a sweet dunk on the inside.
Nuggets starters 4 of 5 in double figures. Miller has 9. Step back, shoot a 3. And Carmelo stabs another rebound. Oh, look at that vision. Camby will get it. How about that pass, though, from Anthony?
He's just a little tired on that one. He wanted to dunk it home again.
With Robinson, and Camby taps it to himself. I'll tell you something. Carmelo is deficient in only one category to LeBron James. And this is not taking a shot at LeBron, because James is going to be a tremendous player. It's assists, but he doesn't handle it as much as LeBron because LeBron plays a lot of point guard. Carmelo sees the floor, though. There's no question.
You're absolutely right, Drew. Carmelo has done such a great job.
Camby tapping at it. How did he miss that? That was from point-blank range.
I think that's just a little conditioning. You know, Marcus has been out for a week now, and his legs just get a little weary, a little wobbly on that, not able to finish that easy one.
That foul's on Nene.
Drew, you said it early on. I mean, Melo, his vision with the basketball here, penetrating. Golden State stepping up, blocking the lane, but Camby getting where you should, right next to the hoop. Melo with a sweet find.
Nene hearing it from the crowd going out. Francisco Elson in. Denver by 15. 4:26 left in the 3rd. Chris Anderson out there. Carmelo Anthony, Vashawn Leonard. Good drop off, and that'll be an and one. Elson tagged Dampier from behind.
Nuggets a little slow in their rotations, a little slow getting out on the pick and roll, create opportunity. Richardson doing a nice job of getting in the middle. You get in the middle, a lot of good things can happen with a basketball. You shoot it, pass it either way, and down the open man.
For more on tonight's game, look for Chris Thomason's complete report in tomorrow's Rocky Mountain News. Dampier with his first 3 points of the game. That gives you an idea how much better the Nuggets have been defending the paint tonight. Because Dampier in Oakland 2 nights ago, 16 points, 18 rebounds. He does have 9 boards tonight, but doesn't have many easy ones in terms of his post-ups. Richardson fumbling with the basketball. Find Dunleavy. Good closeout. Now it comes to Dampier. Well, that's got to be a foul. That's kind of like a lot of skid there. It goes out of bounds off of Miller.
I heard all ball from way over here.
I heard.
You know, the neat thing about that possession was the rotation and the Nuggets getting out to shooters. You can see how Melo enjoys to take off of that ball on his own.
Well, see you later.
He had a little bit too much roll on that finger roll, left it short. But nice drive by Melo.
Carmelo. They're going to call a foul on the floor on Anthony. That's just the second on Carmelo. And Dunleavy will get free throws.
So Chris Anderson again with a big block shot. That's an important play because Dunleavy had a good look at the hoop, and that ball could have gone in.
Earl Boykins, John Barry in for Denver.
Well, this is
Andre Miller for Sean Leonard check out.
Again, Drew, this is what's so great about the Nuggets team this year. They could go to their bench. Some of the starters are a little tired right now. The game kind of in a little state of flux here. These are the guys that have come in and energized throughout the year and really provided a lot of effort.
Dunleavy misses badly, but he gets his own miss. Claxton fires. That one hurts. Yeah, the guy missed 2 free throws. You don't get the rebound.
Earl Boykins, even though he's small in stature, needed to block Dunleavy out on that play and didn't do it. Dunleavy got that ball back and created the 2 for Claxton.
Here's Carmelo at 3. And it goes over the top. Tell you what, Golden State won't go away. They're on a mini 5-0 run. They're within 10 with the basketball. 3 minutes to go in the third.
Teams build confidence when they find a style that's working for them. They go back to it again and again. The Nuggets are going to have to get tough with their defense.
Dampier, 8-point basketball game. See if this second unit, for the most part, can get the Nuggets going again. They haven't been able to run much in the third. Boykins is yet to score in the game. But Earl can score in bunches. And he loves the second half. 8-point game, 2:30 to go in the third. Back after 70s night at Pepsi Center. And the Nuggets have been a throwback team this year. I don't think Carmelo Anthony knows a thing about the 70s. In fact, I guarantee he knows nothing about the 70s. He was barely born in the 80s.
You're pretty good with that mathematics.
Yeah, well, you know all about the 70s. You're going to be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. And the layup, Carmelo Anthony. Nuggets needed that one.
And that's a pretty post up, even a better pass from John Barry, but Melo getting down deep, spreading those big arms out, creating that passing lane, able to get it down in there deep.
Robinson goes to the left hand. Go. And off to Earl Boykins. 3-on-3. Barry. And Sean gets knocked around by Claxton.
John Berry tried to do the European soccer play. I got killed in the head. He knows if you get hit in the head, it's a flagrant foul. And
you know what? He did kind of get hit in the jaw, though.
He got hit in the arm. John, quite a veteran pickup and always looking for that added edge. But good hustle, good move by John, recognizing them coming out on his three-point shot.
John, like his dad, knocks down free throws above 90%. Except he shoots it in a more conventional fashion than his Hall of Fame father, Rick, who's in attendance again tonight. Of course, Rick lives down in Colorado Springs, comes up frequently to watch one of his many talented sons play.
That's 23 in a row for John Berry.
Nuggets scrambling a little better now on defense, so Claxton does hit the runner. 4 for Speedy Claxton. Nuggets by 10. Anthony isolated against Dunleavy. Barry, he thought about the long three. Now he's going to reset against Calbert Chaney. And the long rebound. Now numbers. John Barry, the only one right back. And they'll get an easy 2. It's an 8-point game. Chaney lays it in.
And as a point guard goes, that's exactly what you want to do. Take it to the hoop till somebody picks you up. Speedy's doing a nice job on that fast break, dropping it off for an easy 2 for Chaney.
Golden State's climbed back in the game here in the third. Boykins on a drive. Anderson off the glass. First field goal for Anderson. It's a big one. Again, the lead back to 10. That psychological barrier. 71-61. Boykins sets a foul against Earl Boykins before the contact with Chris Anderson.
Well, there's been some strained call. Add another one. Speedy Claxton nowhere to go on this play. Earl Boykins doing a good job. Well, a little reach in there. That's what he got away with it.
Deshaun Leonard, player of the week last week. In the Western Conference, they started this about, I think it was last year, where they, instead of just having one player of the week, they have one in the East and they have one in the West, just like they have a rookie of the month in the East and a rookie of the month in the West.
Gives the media more things to talk about, but Bo Leonard, well-deserved honor, might win it 2 weeks in a row.
And his numbers are even better this week. 6 in the third here for Claxton. 71-63. See if the Nuggets can get 2 for 1. Barry's open. John on a drive. Shots off. Dunleavy has the basketball. They can cut this thing down to 6, maybe 5. There's about a 2-second differential between the two clocks.
The Nuggets want to crowd the lane, get high on their men down low, clogging up that middle.
Claxton. Dunleavy lays it in. It's a 6-point game. Dunleavy's been huge here in the third. Boykins from half court. Nuggets have some work to do in the fourth. It looked like they were going to win this one going away when they took a 20-point lead in the opening moments of the third quarter. But Mike Dunleavy, who had 6 at halftime, produces 13 in the third. 71-65. You're watching Fox Sports Net, your home of the Nuggets. In front of another great crowd inside Pepsi Center, the Nuggets will take a lead to the fourth quarter. With Bill Hanslick and Sandy Williams, I'm Drew Goodman. 71-65 Denver, though it was a very good third quarter for Golden State. They outscored the Nuggets by 9, and then a foul on Earl Boykins to begin the fourth quarter. The Nuggets have Boykins out there, Deshaun Leonard, Nene, John Barry, and Chris Anderson. Tom Sterner is directing Golden State, and he has been since early in the third quarter when Eric Musselman received his second technical foul. He picked one up late in the first half.
One of the things, why the reason why the Nuggets have been successful is to play in the fourth quarters. Last 5 games, they've won the fourth quarter by an average of 7 points and winning each one of those 5 quarters. And they're going to need to do that again tonight. We talked about it early on, Drew, how difficult it is to beat a team 2 times in a row, and you can see the hunger in the Golden State eyes, and the Nuggets going to have to match that intensity.
Boykins on a fade, open from 20, knocks it down.
Great
in fourth quarter, and Earl Boykins generally heats up in the fourth quarter.
Great execution by the Nuggets. Nice back pick by Nene. Opened up Earl on that weak side. Nuggets much better on their rotations.
Robinson works his way in. And Clifford Robinson with his first hoop in the second half. He's got 11.
Get it down that deep. Nuggets going to have to double team. Cliff able to put a dribble down.
Here's Earl on a pull-up. No go. And loose ball foul on Brian Cardinal. Let's check in with Sandy Williams, who was around the Nuggets huddle between periods. Sandy?
Well, Drew, during that possession there, that was indicative of what Jeff addressed during the timeout. He said that they were playing bleep, bleep, selfish. So you can fill in the bleeps right there. And he said they need to work the ball offensively and help each other defensively. So hopefully they will pay attention to what he had to say. Guys?
All right, Sandy. Yeah, the Nuggets have gotten bogged down offensively. Nene puts it on the floor, and that's an offensive foul.
Well, Nene had Robinson up in the air, but chose to drive left. If he would have gone right, he had Cliff beat right down the middle, and Cliff just happened to come down on that left side on him. He's going to have to dig deep here.
You know, talking to the players before the ball game and to Jeff Bzdella, he figured this was going to be a grind session throughout the night. I think he was probably surprised the Nuggets were up by 20. But that's not the case anymore. Got to go get the basketball. Boykins comes away with a Cheney miss. 5-point game.
This is a situation where, again, you just have to be smart. You have to play, work on your fundamentals, block out a little better, set those screens a little better, play unselfishly.
Richardson gives it up. Robinson nearly lost it. And Cheney couldn't spin it in. That's a good job by Richardson. He slowed down the fast break. He would not allow the outlet pass to Boykins. Anderson does get a dunk because they didn't find him on the wing.
A good ball movement by the Nuggets, and they able to bring that ball over half court, get it to a person who can find an open man. Bo Leonard finds Chris Anderson, who's been very effective tonight.
See if Denver can build on it. Andre Miller next time out, or next whistle, I should say. Long jump to Robinson, short. Anderson upstairs for the rebound. Cardinal, another foul. Well, Chris Anderson's going to need one large ice bag after this game.
Well, the Nuggets, nice job on this fast break. Nene not able to find Earl Boykins, brings it up. Golden State confused on who to pick up. Chris Anderson able to dunk that ball home, and that all happened because Richardson didn't get back to pick up Bo Leonard. Cardinal had to come out on him.
Miller and Van Exel back in there. Nene's got to shoot that. And the rebound of Richardson. Good rebounding two-guard. Dampier. And it's rejected. Evidently it hit glass. It's goaltending. Give the bucket to Dampier.
I thought Chris got that before it hit the glass, but I think the ball was on its downward flight. Chris doing this so often. Did get that before glass.
You know what? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that wasn't a clean block.
Yeah, I think the referees were a little surprised when they watch that on video. They'll take a second look at that.
Nuggets have numbers in the half court. Leonard, 3 ball, and Miller gets the rebound. 8:25 to go. And Deshaun kicks it off his foot. Van Exel on a drive. I don't think he wanted to shoot that. And a foul on Richardson. 4 fouls on Jason Richardson. Timeout on the floor. 8:09 to go. Turned into one of those Eastern Conference affairs. A sluggo game here in the second half. 75-70, the Nuggets leading. They did have a 20-point lead early on in the third quarter. Here's what's on tap. The Nuggets will have the Boston Celtics in town on Sunday. Paul Pierce. And then the Nuggets head east. They'll play Atlanta at Phillips Arena on Tuesday night. They'll have a couple of days off before they get AI, Allen Iverson, and the Sixers Friday, and then the Knicks on Saturday before returning home for the first extended trip of the young season. Carmelo Anthony, Andre Miller, Vashawn Leonard, Nene, and John Barry out there for Denver. Robinson, Dampier, Cheney, Van Exel, and Richardson for Golden State. Well, is it Carmelo time, Bill Hanslick?
Well, I think it's a little Melo time in there, and Melo's really been strong in the fourth quarters the last couple games.
Here's Bo going up, and he gets the roll. That'll help.
Bo did a great job of curling in the middle, sealing his man on his backside, then accelerating the hoop, getting that ball up on the rim before the shot blockers could come.
Cheney jump stop in the paint. 8 points for Calvert Cheney. Again, a 5-point game. They've completely taken the running game away from Denver. And Jeff Bzdelik figured they would try and do that. Here's Miller on the baseline. One shot now for Denver. That's another thing. They haven't gotten many offensive rebounds here in the second half.
They haven't, because they haven't been able to draw double teams. Golden State figures they have a mismatch with Cheney on Barry.
And they get a 3-ball out of the corner. It's good. It's a 2-point game. Jason Richardson connects from deep. And the crowd's getting antsy. 77-75. This really is as close as anybody's been to the Nuggets at Pepsi Center in the fourth in a while.
You can see the Golden State Warriors starting to believe that they can win this game.
And a foul. That'll get Leonard to the line.
Well, I tell you what, these officials have not done a very good job tonight. All three officials should have been blowing their whistle on that play. Bo Leonard just got taken out, hit the floor and rolled around a little bit, and then the whistle blew. But nice job by Bo.
I mean, too often people look upstairs. They say, hey, he got the clean block. Well, he also got a body block down low.
And Bo, like any veteran would do, would take it in the middle, knowing he's going to get hit down low, so he'll try to slide into the defensive player, and he did that on that situation.
Let's pay a visit to Sandy Williams again. Sandy?
Well, Drew, tomorrow the Nuggets will be busy. After practice, they're going to head out and do a little community service. They will participate with the Gold Crown Foundation. Someone knows a little something about that. More than 200 Special Olympians will be on tap receiving some clinics and other helpful hints from the Denver Nuggets. And also Ryan Bowen, along with his wife Wendy, will be doing some charitable work. They're kicking off their Ryan Bowen Family Foundation this year, and they're going to start it off with donating bicycles to a local Families First Foundation. So a great way to start the holiday. Hopefully they can go out tomorrow night talking about a win. Guys?
All right, Sandy.
Well, the Nuggets a little unfortunate on that last play, but able to really move the ball quickly.
Van Exel gets a good look at a three. Nothing but the bottom. And it's a 1-point game. Golden State has led once in this game. 2-1.
Well, you see a little reversal with the Golden State bench up, applauding their teammates on, much like the Nuggets 2 nights ago in Golden State.
You got to keep playing your game, trying to play your game. Shot clock down to 5. Leonard forced to drive outside. Miller, he's got to get one up. Tough shot, and one shot and out again. Nuggets are not getting to the offensive glass. They are completely playing the Warriors style of basketball right now. Here's Van Exel, such a tough cover. Good job by Leonard. Richardson for 3. And a rebound, and that's goaltending. It went in anyhow. First lead since 2-1 for Golden State, 80-79 with 5:02 to go.
Good timeout by Jeff Bzdelik. And again, we talked about it earlier. So often when you play teams back-to-back, it's tough to work on those fundamentals. You've got to block out. You've got to make those screens better. Nuggets struggling a little here in the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, game getting very close very quickly. After the game on the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, Dante Hall's drought. He returns to face the Broncos yet again on Sunday. Will he return another kick for a touchdown? And is he in a slump? We'll have the answer to that question. Also, Sandy Williams sits down with Nick Van Exel of the Golden State Warriors about his tumultuous days in Denver. And Chris Anderson is our Fox focus. We're going flying with the Birdman. Should be fun. So should the end of this ball game. Back to Pepsi Center, Drew and Bill.
All right, Keith, 5:02 left. Here come the Nuggets. They have their starting five out there. This is a unit that scored 99 points in Oakland the other day. 99 of the Nuggets, 117. They go to Nene. Good cut. King. That's the best half-court look they've had in a while.
They have, and we talked about it at the timeout. The Nuggets need to use Nene's skills down on the block, and they a good passer. Read that play perfectly.
Pierce blocked, but a foul. Might have been Nene from behind. Nuggets up 81-80. The good news is Dan Pierce, a 56% free throw shooter. As we glance at our Volvo game summary, Musselman was ejected early in the third. Since then, Golden State has been plus 16. Carmelo with 21 points, but they're going to need him in the stretch run here.
Well, the Nuggets are going to have to do a good job blocking out. Dampier, not a good free throw shooter. That situation kind of, that's what you call altitude shot. All air.
Well, the ball should fly better at altitude.
Mike, that's a little bit of your legs getting a little weary.
Now that's what you were worried about. Which way? Got a loose ball foul on Cliff Robinson. Okay. For a beat, I thought that was going to go against Denver. And the Warriors are over the limit. The Nuggets have just 2 team fouls, so Denver will be shooting.
Well, these are important free throws. Nuggets chance to increase their lead, but
they have a poor shooter at the line right now, Marcus Camby. One of the reasons the Nuggets have done so well through the first 18 games of the season is they have gotten to the line with great regularity, and they've knocked down their free throws for the most part. Camby tonight, a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds.
Marcus has done a nice job tonight. Just got to get those legs into the shot. Follow through, stroke it.
82-80, 4.5 to go. Leonard up on Richardson. Foul on Leonard, 35 feet from the bucket.
This is a really interesting call again. Jess Kersey has a clean look sideways. You can see him on the weak side up at the screen, but referee down here in the corner calls a foul.
Richardson fires a 3. He's got it. And the Warriors back on top, 83-82, his third triple of the night. He's a very streaky three-point shooter.
He's got those great legs, and he can elevate over you.
And they trying to go around Dampier. Carmelo with the basketball. He hasn't had many touches of late. This is a tough shot. And Camby stabs the rebound. Now a 3-ball. Sit down.
It's Melo time.
It is Melo time. You are right. 85-83. 24 for Carmelo.
Sometimes when you're a shooter and you feel like you miss a shot.
Offensive foul on Richardson, number 5.
Well, Nene getting across. Easy call. Nene doing a good job moving his feet, getting his body in front. Draws that charge on Richardson. Nuggets have to take advantage of those type of opportunities on the offensive end now.
We're doubling Anthony before he gets it.
You see Camby dive the middle hard here. He'll have an opportunity.
Camby, good low post stuff, and boy, that looked like Nene lost his arm.
There's been definitely some strange calls tonight.
Robinson and a loose ball foul. It's going against Golden State. Oh no, now they change it. I thought that was odd. It's going to go against Denver. Robinson had rebounding position. It's on the net.
Nene wiped out 2 Golden State Warriors, but good call. Nene doing what he had to do. You can't give up a layup in that situation. Goes in there and just knocks 2 guys out. But Nene got his arm just raked on this play. See him spin underneath. When the one arm comes down, the other arm stays there. That's a foul.
3:11 left. 5 personal fouls on Nene. Denver by a precarious 2. A moment ago, right after Jason Richardson hit a 3, Carmelo Anthony said, you know what? We need a 3. And guess what? He knocked it down. 24 points in the game. He knows when it's crunch time. In Oakland the other night, he was terrific down the stretch.
Carmelo able to get into the middle and really create with some high flight moves.
And then a big rebound. Whatever you need, he'll supply. Tonight, he's hit 4 3-pointers, a career best.
Nuggets very aware of Nick Van Exel in this situation. Do their best to double team when they can.
Tough shot for Van Exel. Doesn't matter. He knocks it down. He ties it at 85.
You gotta like the defense of Andre Miller and Camby in that situation, but Nick able to knock it down.
Miller gets in the paint, and Andre's foul. I like that. Take it right at the defense. Eric Dampier picks up the foul. Miller to the line. He's an 83% free throw shooter.
Well, Nick, the nice thing about, well, he's patient. That's, I don't want to say nice thing about that, but he knocked that shot down. He probed 2 or 3 times, didn't get it, gave the ball up, got it back, and hit the shot that he was comfortable with.
Well, you know he's going to shoot the basketball. I mean, 9 times out of 10 in these situations, he's going to fire it.
And the thing the Nuggets have to be aware of, A, you got to help, but once it goes up, you've got to block off because you tend to ball watch. You tend to watch Nick because I'm going to help, thinking about help, and then your man will slip in and get the big offensive rebound.
Miller with a double-double, 11 points, 14 assists, not to mention 6 rebounds. Denver by 2. Robinson nails a 3. They've gone crazy now from 3-point range. They're 9 of 19 from 3-point range.
Well, Cliff can hit that 3.
And a foul again. Miller will go back to the stripe. This one's on Robinson.
His 3rd personal.
Andre Miller with a double-double, but big free throws coming up here to try to get the lead back in the Nuggets' favor.
Let me ask you a question, Fred. You see the Warriors 4 or 5 in the quarter. This is from a Golden State perspective. Are you surprised Mike Dunleavy, who was terrific in the 3rd quarter, is not in the ballgame?
Well, when things are going well, you got to stick with what's got you there. No, I'm not surprised he's not in there, but Golden State has a few guys with foul problems. If one of those guys foul out, he'll be back in, but Golden State has played really well with the lineup they had, and they're riding it right now.
Miller makes them both, 89-88 Denver.
It's a tough situation. You know, Golden State will go right back to the same play. Marcus has got to stay at home on Cliff.
Good rebound of Leonard. That's one of the other things about Van Exel. If you go to double him, and he's a point guard. He's a good point guard, then he'll find somebody open. He will. They want to get it to Anthony. Instead, Miller fires short, and the rebound it can be. And is there a foul on Carmelo Anthony? There is a foul on Anthony.
Yeah, they were mixing it up pretty, both guys real physical here. And
well, you know what? That's Chaney. That's not the worst thing in the world because, again, I love Calvert, but Calvert is not a good free throw shooter.
And this again a situation the Nuggets going to have to do a good job blocking off. I'd like to see Carmelo take Andre Miller's spot on that line, get 3 big guys in there to rebound. Well, Drew, you called that one out.
And he just doesn't like it. It's one of the reasons he doesn't drive that much. I mean, for whatever reason, he's really fallen off in his career. The last few years, he's been in the 50s.
Well, he just doesn't shoot the ball the same way he shoots his normal shot.
There's no confidence, you can tell. I mean, he just does not want to be at the line, particularly in that situation. 1:38 to go, Denver by 1. Well, you can't afford empty possessions.
Well, you'd like to see the Nuggets take advantage of Melo down low.
5 to shoot it. And a foul on Chaney. So Carmelo will go to the line.
Boy, Drew, we've said it time and time again. This kid wants the ball in the key times, and he's able to deliver with it. Great spin move by Melo, taking advantage of that mismatch.
I got to ask you, I mean, when you watch this kid, does he think he's still growing up in Baltimore? Does he not realize where he is?
He's just got that winner mentality. He just refuses to lose games. He's going to do everything he can to deliver.
And here comes Dunleavy back in, and Chaney will go out. So another long-distance threat into the ball game.
Well, the Golden State Warriors sacrificing a little defense for a little more offense, getting Dunleavy back in, and the Nuggets.
Go ahead.
Excuse me, Drew. The Nuggets right here want to make sure Golden State doesn't get an open 3 opportunity. Even if Nick has it, make it drive it to the hoop.
Denver by 3 for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Anthony has 26. Nick's got to give it up. Richardson may have gotten away with a 1-point game.
Another call by Mark right in front of him. It took 2 steps before you put the ball down. That's a travel.
Coming up on the 1-minute mark. They put Robinson on Anthony. Dunleavy on Marcus Camby. See if Camby can get a rebound. No, Nene. What a feed from Rashawn Leonard. And Nene trying to pump up the crowd. It's a 3-point affair again. Here's Nick.
Nuggets just want to make careful. Lock up on the 3-point shooters. Block out.
You must rebound. Richardson, tough shot. No go. Camby, big rebound. Now Denver can run it down a little bit. And there's the foul. You put Miller at the line. Why would you foul Andre Miller there?
Not a smart play there by Nick Van Exel. You're only down 1 possession.
And you can get a stop and then have a look at a 3.
Well, Bo Leonard on a sweet drive finds Nene. Pump fake. Gets Cliff Robinson off him and able to tomahawk it home. And Bo Leonard creating that play. What team basketball, Drew? It's just pretty to see. Well, the difference in this game down the stretch, the Nuggets are hitting their free throws, and Golden State has missed them.
That's a big free throw there. It makes it a 2-possession game. I don't know if that came from the bench or Nick did that on his own. But you had a 7-second differential. And a timeout for Golden State.
Timeout, Golden State.
94-90. We'll step aside momentarily. Denver leading, 30 seconds left.
Is so selective, and it's such a long shot. You go out every night and play as hard as you can possibly play and hope that somebody notices. Thank you to each and every one of you for making this a special night. Thank you.
Celebrating 15 years of great sports moments.
94-90. The Nuggets starters all in double figures tonight. Can they close this out with 30 seconds left? Hey kids, if you participate in the Safeway Read It program, you could meet Ryan Bowen or Adam Foote. Visit your local participating Safeway store and pick up your Read It calendar today. Defensive strategy from Nuggets perspective here.
Well, it's a 2-possession game, so first you don't want them to get a quick score, a lob or something out of the timeout. Because then there's still 6.9 different on the clock. You got to make them burn it to at least under that 6-point level. Then it becomes a Nugget free throw opportunity. You don't want to let them shoot a 3 after that clock gets down 4 or 5 seconds. You know, Drew, again, we talked about it. This might even be a situation it gets down. Well, Dampier's not in it. Golden State 1 for 6 from the free throw line in the fourth. Nuggets 10 out of 12. That's been the difference.
No, Sandy was around the huddle. Sandy, what'd you learn?
Well, Drew, you wanted to know about their defensive strategy. What they're going to do, they're going to play man-to-man, and then they're going to switch everything. So they're going to make sure that they don't get caught on any back screen, so they already know to open up and switch. Guys?
All right, Sandy. Pass underneath. Cardinal. He misses, and the rebound blocked and a foul. Boy, Jeff Kersey called that immediately. And Camby commits the foul.
Well, Golden State running a lob play. Had a chance to score. Cliff Robinson should have taken this up, but blocked out. Right there, Nuggets missed a block out. Bo Leonard on Jason Richardson, who kept that ball alive. Cliff Robinson, not a great free throw shooter either. The Nuggets want a rebound in this situation.
And Cliff 65%.
Again, I'd like to see Carmelo get on the line here, replace Andre Miller, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. This gives you a little more size. 3 big bodies in there, too, and again, Bo Leonard and Andre Miller want to block out those guards on the perimeter.
Denver calls a timeout. Now, because, it was interesting, because that came with the foul came with 25 seconds left. The Nuggets can't just dribble it out, and obviously they wouldn't be allowed to dribble it out.
And the strategy is you're going to get your free throw shooters in the game. Look for John Barry, Earl Boykins possibly coming in.
Because once you get the inbounds pass, you're forced to foul if you're Golden State.
You really do have to foul if you're Golden State in this situation.
Your holiday shopping gets hot when you head down to the Pepsi Center Trading Company. Get personalized jersey, game-used items, and all the top gear from Reebok, CCM, and Roots for all of your Nuggets, Avalanche, Mammoth, and Crush needs. And they ship anywhere. Parking's free, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out the Pepsi Center Trading Company or give them a call at 405-1301.
Well, good timeout situation here by the Nuggets. Not only to get some of your free throw shooters in the game, but you can advance the ball to half court and still throw it in the backcourt. That's one of the rule changes. So it really opens up the court, makes it much easier to get it in. The Nuggets probably will look for get it to your better free throw shooters, but in this situation, you want to make sure you get it in first. If you don't have a clean pass, use your timeout again.
And the Nuggets and Warriors both in good shape in terms of timeouts. The Nuggets have 1 full and a 20 left. 1 full and a 20 left for Golden State. And the reason I mention that is because on the defensive side, you're going to make some changes. They do not bring Barry in. They do bring Boykins in. You have Boykins, Leonard, Miller, Anthony, and now Barry's coming in for Nene. I was a little surprised Nene was going out there, but they just hadn't pulled Nene yet. So Jeff pulls him back, and Barry will be the trigger man.
Well, and also John Barry's a good passer, and that's the kind of guy you want to have in this situation. And he knows if he doesn't have a clean passing angle, call timeout again.
That's a great point. That's a great point. But they are going to stay off the inbound man and try to double whoever's coming to the ball. Cardinals not even looking at John Barry. Now they switch up the defense. And they get it into Leonard and a foul. And Tom Sterner thought it should have been a turnover. So did Richardson. And Richardson just fouled out, one of their better three-point shooters.
Well, Bashan getting his body right in front. And I mean, Bo didn't fall over on his own. There was some body contact there.
Now you bring back Nene and Camby. Boykins and Barry go out. Denver will have tomorrow off, and they'll take on the Leprechauns, the Boston Celtics, on Sunday, 7 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Net. Chance to see one of the better swingmen in basketball in Paul Pierce.
Boston, a good team, but struggling as of late.
Good free throw right there. The lead back to 4.
And more importantly, a 2-possession game. Golden State looks like they'll use their last timeout in this situation. I think it's just, Melo wants to be aware. Don't let him sprint out on you, even though it looks like it's going to be a timeout.
96-91 with 23.9 left. Denver trying to hold off the Warriors. Doesn't matter how you arrive at the late game situations, you have to find a way to win them when they're close. The Nuggets may be doing that tonight against Golden State. We talked to Jeff Bzdelik earlier, and I asked him, I said, Jeff, coaching's tough. I said, do you even enjoy the wins? Here's his response.
I can't enjoy. I'm like on a mission to prove that I belong and that I'm the right guy for this job. And so every day to me, in every game, every moment here, I fight it. I do, and I want my team to do that as well.
Well, whatever your motivation, if you can work at your craft the way Jeff Bzdelik works at his craft, you will be successful.
He is, and you know what? You gotta love this guy. What a job he has done. You know, there just aren't enough accolades for the job Jeff Bzdelik's done. But you know, the whole Nugget organization, top to bottom, Stan Kroenke, Kiki Vandeweghe, they put this team together, and he's made it deliver.
You're right. It starts at the top with the Hoop Maniac, the owner, Stan Kroenke. Cardinal forces a three. That's off. And there Carmelo pulls down a rebound. Robinson a foul.
And who other to get the rebound, the key rebound in the game.
Sure. And there is Stan Kroenke on the right. And on the left, Kiki Vandeweghe. We were talking, it's funny, on the bus ride to the plane the other night. So Kiki, you asked him, he said, what was your high in a quarter? Because, I mean, Kiki was a prolific scorer. After Vashon laid 26 on the Warriors in the first quarter, he said, you know, I don't remember. I think I got 29. Can you imagine that, 29 a quarter?
True. I took me a month a couple times to get 29.
I know. I had to watch him.
Oh, Lordy. Things are good when you're winning.
You bet they are.
This team is, you know, just found the will, had the will to win tonight. They're going to win this game, and give them credit. They stepped up, hit their free throws. They got tough when they had to, got the rebounds, played the defense, and they've earned this victory.
There's a steal by Camby. And Marcus will put the brakes on and dribble it out. Well done. You know what? Nuggets struggled. They had a 20-point lead. Bill, they found a way. They've now won 7 in a row. They've won 7 in a row at home. 6 in a row overall, I should say. Denver's 13-6. 98-91 the final. We're back to Pepsi Center in moments. But right now, cross town to our studios. Heath Blyer, Chuck Garfien. That was fun, guys.
Good evening. This is your Rocky Mountain Sports Report.